In this story, we will meet Rahul and his forefather Chantran. We will also see Ajit and his forefather Mohan. Chantran and Mohan were taught by Miss Mandal, and by the mysteries of life. Rahul and Ajit also happen to have the same teacher, Miss Yana.
The tennis tournament was only a couple of weeks ahead. Rahul had changed a lot in the past few months. Everything he did was to be able to buy a featherlight tennis racket. It was his only hope to win the tennis tournament. He loved to play tennis, but problems related to lack of money were visible in his tennis life, as well as in all other areas of his life. His old, rugged racket was almost wrecked. It was a wonder that he was still able to practice with it. Well, he had to change its strings frequently, but it still did work. Will Rahul be able to get a new racket in time? He would have to stick to the extremely difficult path of change that he was on to turn around his life. This was no easy feat, as the last 6 generations in his family, starting with his great-great-great-great-grandfather, Chantran, could not succeed with money. Let's go 11 months back in time. It was a Saturday, and Rahul had just received his weekly pocket money allowance of 100 rupees. His parents were not rich, but they always gave him his pocket money every Saturday. As soon as he got his money, he rushed to the nearby mall and spent 60 rupees playing various video games. Rahul's great-great-great-great-grandfather, Chantran, was a chicken farmer. He was best friends with Mohan, who grew rice for a living. They both went to the same school. Those days, school was just 3 hours per day in the morning. The kids spent the rest of the day working from a small age, helping their families to make a living. Ms. Mandal, who was their class teacher, tried to teach both Chantran and Mohan the value of money. She told them, "Save the little you can, and you will see it grow, achieve your dreams, and protect you in difficult times." This was just one of her many lessons. Mohan paid heed to her advice, and when harvest time came, he always saved as much rice as he could. Chantran, on the other hand, didn't believe in wise sayings. As soon as his hens lay eggs, he would sell the eggs and use the money to go see the bullock cart races. It was the favorite entertainment of the youth in their area. Rahul came back from the mall with just 40 rupees left with him. Yes, it's true that he got 100 rupees every week, but he never saved any money, and hence, no money from his previous allowances was left with him. On the way out of the mall, he passed by Tim's sports shop, and there he saw the latest featherlight tennis racket, kept for display. His mouth dropped wide open when he saw it. It was so beautiful. He wished he could own one. "I'm sure, with this racket, I would win the tournament next year," thought Rahul. He was always good at tennis, but he could not get himself to win any tournaments so far. All his tennis accessories were almost unusable. He wished he could afford a new racket at least, but he didn't have the money for it. Before he left the place, he took a final glance at the price of the racket. It read 10,000 rupees. He rushed back home. After he reached home, he felt miserable. Playing video games surely didn't make him feel happy. It was just something that was gratifying for a few moments. He shrugged off his bad feeling and said to himself that misfortune in spending money was just something running in the family. Ms. Mandal had noticed Chantran's bad spending habits. He never had a pen or pencil in class. She knew that he would always use all the money he had to go see the bullock cart races. She also noticed that Mohan was listening to her keenly and doing the things that she tried to teach them. She thought that maybe she should try to teach them about the value of money that day. She asked the class, "Can anyone explain the value of money?" No one wanted to answer her question. After some time, she pointed at Chantran and asked what his thoughts were. He was quiet for some time, and then replied, "Money is what you get when you give eggs, and you can use it to see the bullock cart races." The class laughed. "And what do you think, Mohan?" asked Ms. Mandel. He remembered what Ms. Mandel had taught them earlier, and he replied, "Money is just a means to describe the value of something." Chantran shrugged off this opportunity to learn more about money. Little did he know that every opportunity he lost at changing his ways adversely affect his children and several generations to come. It was a Monday morning, and Rahul was having his breakfast. He looked at the car parked in the garage. His dad had been paying the monthly installments to repay the car loan for more than 4 years. Nobody in his house ever talked about money. It was as if there was a belief that talking about money would only make a person bad. Nobody questioned this. Rahul thought to himself that he had no clue about the value of money. He remembered the question that his teacher Ms. Yana had posed to the class last Friday. She asked everyone to write a paragraph about the value of money over the weekend. Rahul had not written it so far. He quickly took his notebook and scribbled a few lines in it, just to appease Ms. Yana. He wrote, "Money is what you get as part of your weekly pocket money allowance, and you can use it to play video games and buy candy." He didn't know that he was just repeating what his great-great-great-great-grandfather, Chantran, had said long ago in a similar situation. Once Rahul reached the school, his friend Raj told him that Ms. Yana wanted to meet him in her office. "I hope I am not in trouble," thought Rahul while rushing to Ms. Yana's office. Ms. Yana had spent the weekend reading her family history. When she got to the page where it talked about the history of Mandal Chutham, she read that she also was a teacher who loved teaching. Mandal Chutham mentioned how she was particularly sad about not being able to change Chantran Koyakada, who was a student of hers. The name Koyakada was a name she had heard somewhere. Suddenly, she remembered about Rahul, whose surname also was Koyakada. In the family history book, there was a brief mentioning of the spendthrift ways of Chantran, and Ms. Yana noticed how similar it was to the ways of Rahul Koyakada. As soon as Rahul entered Ms. Yana's office, she asked him about the assignment. He quickly handed her the notebook, where he had written down his answer. She read his answer. "Money is what you get as part of your weekly pocket money allowance, and you can use it to play video games and buy candy." Ms. Yana asked him to take a seat and smiled at him. She felt as if she was given an opportunity to make something right that her ancestor, Mandal Chutham, could not do. "Rahul, are you happy with your life?" asked Ms. Yana. "I mean, do you feel you are in control of your life?" "I seriously doubt that you are, looking at your answer," added Ms. Yana. Rahul felt sad and looked down. In an attempt to cheer him up, Ms. Yana asked him how his tennis practice was coming along. She knew that he loved to play tennis, and guessed that he would be practicing for the upcoming big tournament. Rahul knew that Ms. Yana was a warm and kind person. All the kids in the class liked her. He decided to open up to her, and said that he didn't have the money to buy a racket, and hence he was not likely to win the tournament. Ms. Yana used the opportunity and asked him what he was doing with his pocket money. Rahul replied that it was not much, just 100 rupees. He added that he usually spent the money playing video games and buying candy. Ms. Yana smiled warmly. She asked if he knew Ajit. Ajit was his classmate. He was one of the best tennis players in his class. Of course I know him, replied Rahul. She went on to ask him if he noticed his racket. Rahul acted as if he hadn't paid much attention to Ajit's racket, but the truth was that he had envied Ajit for having such a nice racket. It was a featherlight racket, one similar to the one he had seen the other day in the mall. Ms. Yana went on to say that Ajit had bought the racket with his own pocket money, and he also just received 100 rupees every week as pocket money. Rahul was amazed. How could this be possible? He thought to himself. He responded to Ms. Yana and told her that that could not be possible, because such a racket would easily cost 10,000 rupees. That's the power of saving money, responded Yana. If you don't believe me, just ask Ajit when you see him in class. Ms. Yana offered to teach him powerful principles, which had the power to transform his finances. However, for these principles to work, he would have to completely commit himself to follow her advice. He had almost by then given up on his hopes to own a featherlight racket. This seemed like a glimpse of hope. Solid hope. Somehow he felt that if Ajit could have successfully bought a racket with just 100 rupees as pocket money, maybe if he applied the sound principles of which Ms. Yana talked about, he also would be able to buy a featherlight racket. If he could, his dream of winning the tournament could become a reality. He had nothing to lose, and therefore readily agreed to follow her advice. Ms. Yana felt happy. She told him that she would give her first lesson right away. It's a simple lesson. As soon as you get your pocket money, save 60% of the money immediately. In your case, that would be 60 rupees, she added. Keep that money immediately away, and think as if you don't have that money. This is your first lesson. Before Rahul left her office, he asked her how he was to achieve a huge target of 10,000 rupees. Even if he saved all his pocket money, he would still need 100 weeks to get 10,000 rupees. Ms. Yana warmly reassured him that she would teach him the lessons one by one. As of now, all he had to do was follow her first instruction. It seemed like starting a mystical journey. One that people from his family never walked on from the days of his great-great-great-great-grandfather, Chantran. Once back in class, he immediately went up to Ajit and asked him about the racket and whether he bought it with his own pocket money. Ajit replied, saying that every week he got 100 rupees as pocket money, and he had saved up his money to buy his racket. He also told him that he had been doing this right from his childhood. It was something running in the family. He quickly hinted at his great-great-great-great-grandfather, Mohan, who had started the practice of saving in the family. It was another Saturday, and Rahul received 100 rupees from his parents. He remembered Ms. Yana's instructions and immediately kept aside 60 rupees. He was now left with 40 rupees. It was the first time in his life that he saved some money, and frankly speaking, he liked the feeling. He felt in control. Many obstacles were woven into the family, starting from Rahul's great-great-great-great-grandfather, Chantran. He had successfully started to save, which was a win, but he had no idea about all the challenges that lay in front of him. Let's hope he succeeds. Hi students. Rahul learned a powerful lesson in this episode. Let's try to develop our money management skills along with Rahul. Notice how Rahul used to spend 60 rupees on video games whenever he got his pocket money. Afterward, he always felt miserable. He had no control over his money. He wanted a featherlight racket, but never took any action to achieve his dream. Many times, this happens to us also. If we don't save first from our pocket money, we end up using it on things that are not important. The happiness we get by spending our pocket money on things that are not important is momentary, and we end up feeling bad. On the other hand, notice how Ajit bought a featherlight racket using his own pocket money. Luckily, Rahul learned from Ms. Yana that the key was to immediately set aside some money from one's pocket money when you get it. Rahul decided to keep aside 60 rupees from the 100 rupees he got to be able to buy a featherlight racket. Do you want to buy something like Rahul? Think about your goals. Also, think about whether you set aside some money from your pocket money to achieve your goals.